Hey, Sakuzo. First man in, 2 streams in a row. What's going on, man? The dedication. Love it. TradeStation and TradingView announce API integration. Hold on. You're excited to announce TradeStation Securities Inc. Oh, never mind. I read this wrong. I thought they were going to open up their API for like everything. They're only opening it up to TradeStation. Fuck you, TradingView. I like your streams, hey man. I like you being here. Kitoy, good to see you, man. What was I about to do? Wait, let me check this real fast. Let me duplicate. Pull this over. What wallet do you think is the best? I don't use any wallets, man. I don't use any wallets. But yeah, I would say Ledger. From what I've heard from like traders and hodlers and all kinds of people in crypto, I've heard Ledger's the one to use. But if I want to pull money out, I typically just pull it out. I pull it out or I leave it in the exchange, and I've got a few places that I store it, but I don't really use a cold wallet or whatever you call them. Long doing great. I closed mine, man. I had to close it. So we closed it on stream. If you guys are wondering why I was doing such a tight stop, one of the main reasons is I was on June, and June is expired. June is closed, I believe. Yeah, June's gone. So I had to close my trade. Sadly, we were on June. Funding is back to normal, about. Still not normal on Ethereum, but it's back to normal on Bitcoin. So let me get rid of this. This is June, right? Yeah, this is June. Let's get rid of that. Do we have December? What's December? I don't have December on here. XBTZ. There we go. Let's add December. But yeah, man, this long would have been really good. I should have rolled it over is what I should have done. I should have rolled it over. We basically caught the bottom, man. We were in at 10,443 or 47. We literally caught the bottom. I should have definitely held on to it. Yeah, that's a 16% trade. Jesus. It's crazy how quickly we recovered. crazy how quickly we recovered, definitely. This is a very clean V bottom here. So, like, what can you guys tell me? What is significant about this low right here? What is significant about this low? Almost hitting my second take profit. Nice, man. Yeah, we ran into this doji here. We've got a lot of doji resistance right here that we're currently hitting. The 4 hour is turning green. So if we do pull back and hold this trend and we're still green, I can open up a long. But this is not a lot of volume here, so this could be a dead cat bounce. Could be a dead cat. Looking at the order history on Coinbase today, I think the buying is not as strong as the last few days. It's definitely not. Exactly. Yeah, Pocky, exactly what I just said. We're on the same page, man. The volume's lower. Not a whole lot of volume. You can see how the volume is basically decreasing here. Look at my relative volume. This is the average volume. Look at the blue. You can see how the average volume is decreasing. So this is not a very strong buy up here. Not a very strong buy. The 4 hour is turning green, but we have not yet to confirm that on a pullback. So we'll see what it does. But alright, nobody answered me about what's significant about this low, so I guess I'll give you guys the answer. This low is extremely significant because you have a solid downtrend here, right? You have a solid downtrend. You have a break of the downtrend here. So once you have broken your downtrend, as you see here, you would take your low, your point of origin. So here is your point of origin of that break of that trend. So you take your point of origin, you have the break of your trend, and then you pull back into a higher low, which is still above your initial trend. So you have a trend, a break of that trend, a pullback, and a higher low above that trend. This is a trend reversal. This is a textbook trend reversal. You guys need to become very familiar with this pattern because this is an extremely important market structure flip. You have a flip. Let me turn off the candle so I don't confuse you guys. Let's look at just price action here. We're just looking at price action here. Let me get rid of this level. This is extremely important. Downtrend. Break of the trend. You take your point of origin. You create a higher low above your trend. This is a market structure flip. You're flipping from a downtrend into an uptrend, and you continue to maintain this trend. Does that make sense, guys? So I'm actually going to write this up real fast. Give me a second, I'm gonna post this in my Discord. Oops, I just posted the wrong thing. Yeah, just a standard market structure flip, exactly. Just a standard market structure flip. But this looks so simple, but yet so many people fail to understand this. The hammer followed by the engulfing candle? What are you talking about, Hockey? Hey, Deja, legs of a bulldog? Right here? Yeah, you could call this a bulldog. But it's not a very pretty bulldog. You have legs, curved back, and then a pop up into a flag. So you could call this a bulldog, but it's not a perfect bulldog. You want the bulldog legs to be even. You could have some wicks going down, but you want the curved back, basically the legs to be even. Not you, Pocky. I'm on dual stream, man. I'm on dual stream. I'm talking to Twitch. Yeah, Pocky, you're in the YouTube. YouTube is my smaller stream. Most of my viewers are on Twitch. So if I'm talking, most of the time when I'm talking, I'm going to be talking to people on Twitch. But YouTube does typically have a higher quality. That was my guess. I'm referring to the hammer that makes the higher low on the trend break, and then a few candles later the engulfing one after another failed attempt at going lower. Let's see. Are you talking about one of these things right here? The hammers and then the engulfing candles? Yeah, so these are pretty strong. These are pretty strong bottoms. And you can almost call this like a small bulldog if you want. Where you have that double bottom with a curved back. So you could almost call this like a bulldog. But you don't have your pullback here. It's probably a lower time frame bulldog. It's probably like a 5-minute. No, you still don't really have your pullback. Like you have one candle there. I guess market structure is kind of the same. Bottom curve, bottom, pullback. Yeah, but I'm not fully convinced, man. I'm not fully convinced. We don't have a lot of volume on this buy up. We'll have to see how it breaks this doji. Not fully convinced. $15-minute is trying to turn into an uptrend. The 1 hour is slightly recovering. I will say this is a pretty bullish pattern on my moving averages. Typically when you see the 12 fail below the 72 and then curl off the 200 and then re-break the 72, this is typically a pretty bullish pattern. I went over this pattern way back when, probably like a month or two ago, and it predicted both of the massive run-ups. It predicted the run up to 5 or like to 8K, and then it predicted the run up to like 12. That daily tapped the 12 there. The daily tapped the 12. Wow, they're saving the weekly, man. They're trying to save the weekly. The weekly doesn't look like a horrible shooting star anymore. This is a very bad 3-day, though. When do the 3 days close? They don't tell you a time. It closes on the 30th. Okay, so that closes on Sunday as well. This is a hanging man candle. These are bearish. We'll see how it goes. What's going on, JMA? When's the dump? I don't know, man. Hard to say. The bears are no longer euphoric. Their profits have been taken back. So, this weekend, guys, and next weekend, I'm gonna be at Lake Anna, or I'm gonna be at the lake, basically. You guys probably don't know what that is, but I'm gonna be at the lake. You guys know what a lake is, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna be at the lake. That's what I'm trying to say. This weekend and next weekend. I'm going to try to stream. I don't want to break our streak. I don't want to break our streak of what are we on? 81. We're on 81 days strong. I don't want to break the streak, but I'm not going to be home this weekend or next weekend. So We are going to try to stream on my laptop. So I'm going to be streaming on like a MacBook Pro. It's going to be a struggle. They are most likely going to be short streams. Probably around like an hour or less. But I'm going to try to maintain the streak and try to keep the dedication going. We'll see how it goes. I'll probably have to use my phone for Twitch chat and then stream on my laptop on Wi-Fi. So it's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a struggle. We'll see how it goes. I will not be dual streaming because there's no fucking way my Wi-Fi is going to be able to handle dual streaming. So we'll be streaming only on Twitch this weekend and next weekend. I can't remember what day I'm coming back this weekend. I might be coming back Sunday. So we might be able to stream Sunday normally. The times are going to be completely different. So they're probably going to be like morning streams or like late night streams. So you guys are going to have to keep an eye on my Twitter. It's just going to be a little weird. So like this weekend and next weekend, it's going to be a little strange. So just keep an eye on my Twitter. I'm going to keep you guys fully posted on like when I'm streaming, how I'm going to be streaming, yada yada. But yeah, just letting you guys know in advance. This weekend, so starting tomorrow and then Sunday maybe. And then next weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Do you feel this could be a higher low or a dead cat bounce, at least for now, even though there's a future news? So technically it is a higher low on a shorter time frame, obviously. You haven't had a swing on a higher time frame. You could actually say it's a higher low on like a 2 hour, maybe even a 1 hour. But I typically like to see impulse down to get a higher low. But this is technically a higher low. You have a swing. So like we saw here, that's technically a higher low. That doesn't mean that it's not a dead cat bounce though. Because on a higher time frame, this could be a dead cat. Like a 4 hour, this could be a dead cat. When you have an impulse move that is this strong, you will typically see a reversal that is very strong. But more often than not, these are going to be traps. So you have to be careful. Look at the volume. Very high volume. Very low volume. This is indicative of a dead cat. If you guys don't know what a dead cat is, it looks like that. Massive impulse down, pop up, and then a failure. Temporary recovery from a prolonged decline or a bear market that is followed by a continuation of a downtrend. Considered a continuation pattern where at first the bounce may appear to be a reversal of the prevailing trend, but is quickly followed by a continuation of downward price move. Dead cat bounces patterns are usually only identified after the fact, so they're basically hindsight patterns. You can't tell if this is a dead cat until it starts to play out. But like once it breaks downward, then you could start saying it's a dead cat bounce. It's very hard to predict a dead cat in live trading. Check out the opening action of the NASDAQ today. Lots of scalping possible. What is that, a 1 minute? Yeah. Pretty damn good volume. Sell off into an uptrend. Not bad. Looks pretty good, man. What's the name for the reverse? What do you mean? For like this reverse? It's just a standard trend break. You just have like a downtrend into an uptrend. I don't think there's really a specific name for it. It's just a market structure flip. You're flipping from lower lows into a higher low. So you could almost say it's like an inverse head and shoulders, because that's what an inverse head and shoulders is. An inverse head and shoulders is a flip from a lower... So here, like, I'll show you. So an inverse head and shoulders is a flip from lower low into a higher low. That's what an inverse head and shoulders is. You're going from a lower low into a higher low. So technically, you could say this is an inverse head and shoulders. But if it breaks downward, will people say it's a cup and handle? It would have to be a pretty... no. I wouldn't see it. Maybe a daily. Maybe something like that. Bitcoin doesn't do cup and handles? Yeah, it really doesn't. I agree. The cup and handle pattern is not very common on Bitcoin. Volume profile matches the inverse head and shoulders. So I don't typically use volume profile for head and shoulders or inverse head and shoulders. I use volume, but not volume profile. Because volume profile doesn't give you too much information on the inverse head and shoulders. Because when you're looking at volume, you want it to be the lowest volume on the right shoulder. And you typically want to have the highest volume on the head. So you have low volume into a peak into low volume. So you want to have like low volume on the left, a peak in volume, and then low volume. This needs to be the lowest. The right shoulder needs to be the lowest. I meant volume period. Yeah, so volume, yeah, the volume match is correct. Are you long? I'm currently flat, JMA. I had to close my long. I closed my long on stream yesterday. We got stopped out on a trail. I made 3% of our account. We could have made far more. We basically caught the bottom. But sadly, I caught the bottom on June. And June expired yesterday. So if I wanted to continue my long, I would have had to roll over. And it would have sucked to roll over because I would have been rolling over and paying like a few $100 premium to roll over. I could have rolled over into perpetual, but then I'm paying a lot of funding. What are your opinion on dead cat bounces? We don't see dead cats very often on Bitcoin. We see them much more often on equities. This was a dead cat right here. This is a dead cat. And I called this out on stream, so hopefully you guys made some money on this. You saw a massive failure into a pullback into a dead cat. Yeah, JMA, we were long from 10,447. Literally this wick. I literally caught the bottom. And I got stopped out on this pullback here. So we were trailing, and then stopped. And then this is during my sleep. So it loves doing this. It loves running while I sleep. You can see what time this is at. Look at the time. This is 3 a.m., 6 a.m., 9 a.m. So I'm sleeping during this. So we took a long. It hit our trail. I would have loved to re-enter, but I'm not a fucking robot. I need to sleep, you know what I mean? So I'm asleep, and this thing's just running. This is why algo trading is the future. Algo trading is my end goal. Because I've missed just too many trades while sleeping. Yeah, this is clean, JMA. That's what we were talking about. The trend is clean. You have a fork, basically. This is a bullish fork. I used to go over these all the time back in the old Discord. This is a bullish fork. You have a trend off of a trend. On a higher time frame, this would be an atom bottom. This is an atom bottom, very sharp. You have an inverse head and shoulders as well. Shoulder, head, shoulder, break the neckline. Lowest volume on the right shoulder. I called on my stream last night. I closed my short on the retest of the downtrend. Nice. Yeah, I was long, and I closed on a trail. I couldn't leave my long open because it would have got expired. So I had a long here, and we averaged up, so my average ended up being like, I don't know, probably like here. And then I closed here. Made 3% of our account. It was a good close, too, because then we pulled all the way back. And then I was sleeping, so I didn't re-enter. You guys are like, why didn't you just re-enter, man? It's so clear. I was asleep. I was not looking at charts. Hey, Will, what's going on, man? Possibly a re-entry might be coming up. Yeah, if we test the trend, yeah. I can see that. There's a strong doji level here. I think it's an hourly. Yeah, hourly doji coming up. An hourly doji coming up on 12.43. You mean you don't enter trades while sleeping? Pfft. You said you were a professional. Kitoy, that's why I hired you, man. When I sleep, I get you, because you're European, to take my trades. I gotta hire people from like every time zone. I finally closed the Boeing trade tonight. I'm still holding Neo and fucking Neo and GE. I haven't been paying attention to them very much. Oh yeah, Boeing got wrecked. You had a put on this, right? You were shorting? Boeing got destroyed. %50 gain, nice. McDonald's looks pretty good too. Pretty strong bull flag. America and their fat people, man. Making McDonald's money. This is what obesity looks like, guys. This is the definition of obesity. A fast food chain going from an average of about 97 up 115% in about 3 years. I'm slightly joking. If I'm offending anybody, I apologize. But it's the truth. McDonald's makes money on people eating their food. Their food is very unhealthy and their food makes people fat. Facts. Now this is actually what obesity looks like. Dude, this thing's fucking parabolic. What is a trend retest? I've never heard of a trend retest. You just make new trends. You just make new trends, dude. You don't need a trend retest. Political and controversial food topic initiated. Hey man, I know how to get content. I know how to get content. You gotta farm content, man. $1.16 dividends. That's pretty strong. That's a pretty strong dividend. What's that, about 0.5%? About 0.5%. It's not bad. Dude, that's fucking gross. Look at my trend colors. You were barely red during this entire trend. You were green basically the entire way. You had like a little red dip here, you had a red dip, and then like red dip here, that's it. You've been green since September 2015. Have you guys seen Wall-E? This is what Wall-E looks like. Can you check CMG? Yeah, we'll take a look. What is CMG? Oh, this is Chipotle? This is when they were killing people, I'm guessing? I think this is when they were killing people. Probably this, too. Yeah. So they were killing people from, like, 750 all the way down to, like, 250. Solid company. Solid company, for sure. I think they retested killing people back here. Their investors called up and said, hey, man, we need some cheap Chipotle shares. Could you, you know, put a little bit of that something on the lettuce there? We need some more deaths. All right, we got some deaths. All right, we can buy back up. Yeah, it's getting pretty close, man. They might decide to kill some more people. You might want to watch out. I would say avoid eating at Chipotle until their next pullback is over. Could you whack a few people? We need to buy some more shares. Yeah. All jokes aside, man. Did they actually kill people? I feel like I'm joking about this, and I don't actually know if they killed anybody. I know they made a lot of people sick. I'm not trying to be like a dickhead and talk shit about the people who died or anything. I don't think they actually killed anybody. I think people were just getting sick. But all jokes aside, man, yeah, this thing's pretty fucking insane. It went from 250 all the way up to 750. This used to make me cringe so fucking hard in high school because in my business classes, they're all high school kids, right? They're all average IQ high school kids in my classes. They're all fucking idiots. And we would talk about stocks and shit, right? And I've been trading since I was like 16. I used to sim trade and do a lot of like fundamental analysis and all that shit. So I knew what stocks were valued at. You know, I understood the stock market. And we would talk about stocks in high school, and we would have people that would be like, yeah, Chipotle's worth way more than Apple and Google. Chipotle's at like $700 a share. It's like, are you serious right now? Do you guys understand how market share works? It's like the fucking stupidest thing I've ever heard. You're actually gonna sit here and tell me that you believe Chipotle is worth more money than Apple? How are we the same age? You know what I mean? Like, holy shit, man. I can't stand people who talk about the stock market who have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. Or just trading in general. I told you guys a story back when I was in college. This was probably like a year ago. I used to talk about my trading with some of my buddies in class. And they were like, there was this one kid who always tried to act like he knew what he was talking about. And he said like, oh, you trade? Yeah, I trade too. I do a lot of currency exchange. And I was like, dude, do you mean forex? You mean you trade forex? He said, no, I trade currency exchange. Like, dude, I've never heard a single person in my entire fucking life call forex currency exchange. Like, are we going to continue to have this conversation? But yeah, this is a pretty massive cup and handle. If this like pulls back here and you get in around like 340, this could be a major play. This is on a weekly, obviously. This could be in the next few years. It looks like it's trying to correct. You have a resistance coming in here. Charts going up when McDonald's started selling salads and carrot sticks. Keto, you're not wrong, man. Oh, shit. At least they got shitty queso on the menu. Dude, I started going to Qdoba because my girlfriend likes Qdoba. And I don't even go to Chipotle anymore. And then we started going to this place called Cafe Rio, and now we don't even go to Qdoba anymore. Because Cafe Rio is like authentic Mexican burritos and like tacos and all that jazz. It's fantastic. Fantastic. E. coli on the lettuce, yeah. It's a preservative, man. One of their preservatives. Oh no, Tacky, I'm currently flat. I used to max Chipotle like 3 to 4 times a week, man. Holy shit. We used to go to Chipotle all the time in high school because it's like right down the street from my high school. We used to go there all the time. But basically, once I graduated high school, I don't really go to Chipotle that much. No, Keto, I thought that was funny, man. You're not lying though, Keto. They added salads and like all these other things to their menu, and they started going up. Definitely, correlation does not equal causation in that. Now it makes me shit my brains out. Yeah, because your diet's like completely different. You actually have a healthy diet now, and you're putting fucking cancer into your body. %1 of the US population is addicted to opiates. Probably doesn't hurt McDonald's stock price. Now we're getting into the deep shit. This is where the chat interaction goes through the roof. We start talking about opioid fucking addictions. The timeline of our stream starts out as analysis. Look at a few charts. Look for some trades. Can't find any trades. Start talking about food. Go completely off the fucking rails and get into like politics and conspiracy theories. Every single stream. All right, JM8 has made a point that I can't not interdict. A lot of you guys are gonna like this probably. I think the minimum wage is a fucking disaster. I think it's a joke. The fact that these politicians want to raise minimum wage shows that they do not understand economic theory in any way, shape, or form. These people graduated these colleges with economics degrees, and they're talking about raising minimum wage to $15 or $20 an hour. These colleges are giving these fucking degrees out like candy, dude. It's like Halloween. You just take your pick, and you get an economics degree. Talk to any sane person with knowledge of how an economical system works, and they will tell you that raising the minimum wage that drastically is a fucking disaster. Now, do I think the minimum wage is at a good price? Probably not. The minimum wage where I live has not been raised a strong amount to correlate with inflation for a while. I think to correlate with to catch up with inflation, minimum wage should probably be raised to around like $9, maybe $9.50, maybe $10 an hour. Nothing over $10 an hour. I think that'd be ridiculous. But currently where I live, it's $7.50 or $8. I can't remember. It's one or the other. But I live in one of the most expensive areas in the country to live in. Because I live in the capital area. I live around the capital, so we have a lot of the politician money. We have a lot of the old money with the plantations and whatnot. We have a really wealthy area. So the minimum wage being at $8 an hour is pretty fucked. But even questioning if it should be at $15 an hour shows that you do not understand how an economic system works. You don't understand how opportunity is created. You don't understand how a skill system is created. And then their talking points, the people who want higher minimum wages, their talking points are always, oh, well, this country does this country does this. I fucking hate those goddamn talking points, man. Anytime you compare another country to the United States, you have lost the argument instantly. The United States is not like any other country on this planet. You cannot compare the United States to any other country on this planet when it comes to guns, when it comes to minimum wage, when it comes to free colleges or free healthcare, any of that shit. You cannot compare the United States to these other countries. Population-wise, land border-wise, I don't even want to get into it. I'm going to stop there. Just talk to people who actually know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? Just talk to people who actually understand how economic systems grow and how they are healthy. And ask them if they think the minimum wage should be raised to 15, quote unquote, a living wage. It's fucking dog shit, dude. Absolute dog shit. You're benefiting people who have... How do I put this so I don't sound like a cunt? I don't know how to say this without, like, literally destroying my audience. We're just gonna leave it at that. There's no way for me to say it without sounding like a complete dick. What about a bonus scheme for all employees for firms that do well, exempt small businesses? What do you mean, Depict? Are you talking about, like, if a big corporation does, like, a certain amount of growth or a certain amount of sales per share or per capita based on their employees? Is that what you're talking about? Like, if they make $10 billion in 1 year, they should pay bonuses to their employees? That's a completely different story, though. We're talking about, like, minimum wage. That's a whole nother topic. Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea to a certain extent, obviously. I have a major problem with people who, like, look at companies like Amazon. They're like, the CEO makes 9,000% more than the average employee. Motherfucker, are you comparing yourself to Jeff Bezos, or Jeff Bezos, however you say his name? Are you actually sitting here and comparing yourself to Jeff Bezos? And you think that you should make a higher wage because Jeff Bezos makes too much money? Like, that argument is so fucking ridiculous. No, 100%. We're not talking about that, though. We're not talking about that. No, I've heard stories about Amazon. I've heard his employees, they're treated terribly, and I'm obviously not backing that. We're talking about wages, though. We're talking about wages. If you guys are coming in, and you're like, what the fuck are we talking about? I don't force trades on stream, guys, so we talk about a lot of ridiculous shit while we're just sitting here looking at charts. If you guys have any questions, feel free to post them in chat, and we can talk about trading, and I can give you guys more trading talk. But if there's no questions coming in about trading, I'm just going to talk about whatever to fill in the void. If you're just coming in, this isn't typically how the stream is, but if you have any questions, feel free to post them. What's the minimum wage? It depends on the state. It's state run. There's a federal minimum wage and there's a state minimum wage. The states are not allowed to go below the federal minimum wage, but they can go basically anywhere else they please. €20 a day here? That's crazy, man. In Portugal, that's insane. But I don't know what that is according to, like, your inflation or your living wage or, like, your living expenses. But that obviously wouldn't run here in America. Large corporations and businesses can afford it. Problem is, small businesses can't afford to dish out bonuses. 100%. All right, so let me just say it like this, guys. I'll say this in the least dickish way possible. Not everybody has a good set of skills. Not everybody is of a higher intelligence. Not everybody is of average intelligence. There's a lot of people of lower intelligence, a lot of people of lower skill sets. When you raise the minimum wage, you make it so those people who have a lower intelligence or a lower skill set or both, you are actually making it much more difficult for them to get a job than it would be if the wage was lower. You have to understand from the business's standpoint, what does the business value that person at? If they're coming in with maybe no education, no skill set, and they're not very intelligent, what does the company value that person at? Now, I'm not saying that because they're not intelligent, they're not educated, and they don't have skills, they shouldn't be able to fucking live. So don't even start that bullshit. So I'm gonna put that out there already. But you have to look at it from a corporation standpoint. It's cost over benefit. What is this person costing you compared to the benefit that they are providing you? So if they're looking at this person that has no education, very low skill set, and they're not very smart, what do they value that person at? Let's say they value that person at $8 an hour. Let's say they value that person at $10 an hour. Okay, now let's say the government comes in and the government says, you know what? Every person at your job or every person at your business deserves $15 an hour. Okay, so I'm the company. I'm going to say, fuck, okay. So the government is saying that I have to pay my employees $15 an hour. There's no way around it. Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to go into my company. I'm going to find all the people that I don't think are worth $15 an hour, and they're all going to get fired immediately. We're going to have a mass layoff. They are all going to be fired because their benefit does not outweigh their cost. Their cost is now $15 an hour. Their benefit is maybe $10 an hour. So I'm not making a profit. Companies are for-profit organizations. If they can't make a profit, why are they even running? The government's going to tell them that they have to pay these people $15 an hour. Okay, I'm going to pay them $0 an hour because I'm not going to hire them. Okay, so all these people are now fired. So, okay, you, if you're a voter of higher minimum wage, if you're a person who votes for a minimum wage, raising minimum wage, you're the cause of that person now getting paid $0 an hour. How do you feel about yourself? You just made it so that person who was making $8 an hour and who was probably living not very comfortably, but they were able to provide for themselves and maybe one member of their family, or if they had any family, now they can't provide for anybody because you wanted to raise the minimum wage and they're not worth $15 an hour. If they're getting paid $8 an hour, it's better than them getting paid $0 an hour. Okay? So next time you guys have this argument about, like, should we raise minimum wage, or if raising minimum wage is a good idea, and if you're talking to one of your family members or somebody, one of your friends that is like fully for raising minimum wage, tell them exactly what I just told you. Getting paid $8 an hour is better than getting paid $0 an hour. And guess what? If we keep raising the minimum wage, it's 2019. How long until you think robots are going to be made that can do just about every fucking job that a human does right now? You keep raising minimum wage, they're just going to keep pushing for automation. If I'm a big corporation and the government keeps forcing me to pay my employees more, I'm going to tell the government to go fuck themselves, and I'm going to build some robots. All right, my rant's over. You guys got your deja rant of the day. In Ireland, the lowest minimum wage is $13 an hour. So you guys are telling me these numbers. None of those numbers really mean anything to me because I don't know what your cost of living is, or like what, like how much a family needs in Ireland to actually sustain themselves. So those numbers don't really mean much to me. Keep it toxic. That's not toxic, man. That's facts. What about the people that get $17 to $20 an hour? How will they feel about it? What do you mean? The people who are getting paid more than minimum wage? So that's a hard question to answer because I look at it as this. So if I'm an educated person, I have a very good skill set that I've built over years of experience, and I am pretty intelligent, and let's say I'm getting paid $17 an hour. So the minimum wage, let's say, is $8 an hour. I'm getting more than double minimum wage because I'm an educated person, I have a good skill set, and I'm well experienced, and I'm pretty intelligent. So intelligent, educated, good skill set. I'm getting paid more than double minimum wage. Okay? So then if the company says, because the government told us to, we have to raise our minimum wage to 15, so now all these lower end like mail boys that run around and deliver mail in our corporation, they're going to get paid $15 an hour. So now me, as a well-experienced, well-educated, very intelligent person, I'm getting paid $2 more than a mail boy? That's pretty fucked. So now I'm going to go to my boss and like, hey dude, this is fucked up. I want some more money. I want to get paid $20 an hour. And my boss tells me to go fuck off. And now I just lost my job. So it's like, fuck. The people that are getting paid more than minimum wage are not going to like it. Because their wage gap that they created, I don't know how to put this. So like as you build your skills, as you become more educated, as you gain experience, the wage gap from you and a person who has nothing gets bigger, right? But if the government comes in and pushes a higher minimum wage, it's lowering that gap. So you just worked your ass off for your whole life for no reason. No, Zolal, sorry, I didn't want to come off as like I was reading your message and just kind of pushing your point aside. I'm just telling everybody in chat, I'm getting a lot of numbers. You guys are giving numbers. They don't mean anything to me. Because I don't know how to interpret that data. You know what I mean? Not like they don't mean anything to me, like I don't give a fuck what you guys are saying. I mean, like I literally cannot interpret that data. That data doesn't do anything for me. But no, 100% I do. I understand what you guys are saying. Yeah, but Mushini. So Mushini just said, if minimum wage doubles and you get your 30% increase to your own wage, it's a win. That is not a win, dude. How long do you think you're going to have a job if that happened? So if I'm the corporation and I have 100 employees and I'm paying them all $5 an hour, and let's say that's minimum wage, it just doubled to $10 an hour. So now I'm paying all 100 of my employees double what I was paying them. My costs have just doubled. And then you're adding a 30% increase to all the other employees. That's a fucking massive cost raise. You're raising your cost greatly. And your income, your profit has not changed. Your profit is the same. So what happens, that's like, okay, let's say, here, I'm going to give you guys a trading example of what that means. So let's say this is a corporation. This is their profit. This is their cost. Okay? You want to double the minimum wage, and then you want to add on a 30% bonus to everybody else. You have doubled the minimum wage, that doubles your cost. Look at your profit factor here. And then you're going to add another 30%, so I don't really know what that would add, but let's just say it goes up to like another 3% here. So you've just went from a 7.0 profit factor to a 2.4 profit factor. That company will be out of business within the next 5 years. If the business owners lose, you will too. Exactly. Who do you guys think provides the jobs? Who do you guys think? See, this is the biggest problem with these arguments. And I'm not attacking anybody in chat. You guys can have your opinions, obviously. This is a very healthy discussion. I like that we're having this because a lot of the minimum wage discussion comes from people that don't know their shit and they haven't done a lot of research into this. They don't understand how it would affect the economy. So this is a good discussion. But my biggest issue is people who want to raise the minimum wage, they always look at the business owners, the people at the top, like the top executives, if you will, the board of directors or whatever, the people who make the most money for that corporation. They always look at them as the enemies. But who the fuck do you guys think are creating these jobs in the first place? Without the higher-ups, without the board, without the CEOs, without the owners of the business, there would be no jobs. And as I said earlier, let's go back to my previous point. Getting paid $8 an hour is better than getting paid $0 an hour. We got you. Ireland means nothing to you. That's not what I meant, man. I'm actually Irish. My heritage is Irish. The people losing are the business owners and the people who can't provide value at or above minimum wage. Exactly. Well said. The people losing are the business owners and the people who cannot provide value above minimum wage. Perfectly said. But free markets fuck the average pleb till they have to sleep in their cars while working for jobs too. I don't know how to fight that point without being a dick. Then the company goes bankrupt and you won't have to pay any severance. Yeah. It's not the business owners, it's more like some business owners. Some businesses would go bankrupt, yeah. I've researched this shit for years with historical data, including the housing market. Raising the minimum wage causes a redistribution in income, wages, and even wealth. It's not a one-to-one inflation. I don't like minimum wages personally, however. Moosh, I don't really know what side of the argument you're on. I can't really tell what you're arguing for. The business owners are making record gains, though. The workers are getting screwed. In my country, it's written in every shop. Political debates prohibited. It was for a reason. So, the only argument I can give you guys to think about is, as I said earlier, you have to think about the people who their benefit does not outweigh the cost. There are always, and it's actually getting worse, it's not getting better. And I mean this, the amount of people that have low education, low skills, or low experience, or all of the above, or low intelligence, or all of the above, the amount of people in that group is growing. Those people provide the least amount of benefit to these corporations. You have to understand that these corporations have to pay these people less than what their benefit is for them to make a profit. So if the amount of people with low skill sets are growing at the same time that we are raising minimum wage, that is causing a massive problem for corporations. That is pushing corporations towards automation. Automation is going to push the job market down. It's going to decrease jobs, right? It's going to decrease low-skilled jobs. It's going to increase high-skilled jobs. For the time being. So as you raise minimum wage, the low-skilled laborers are going to lose work. They are not going to gain work. The whole point, the whole talking point behind raising minimum wage is to benefit the low-skilled worker. Raising minimum wage is actually hurting the low-skilled worker. That is my entire point. The argument destroys itself. Mushini, I agree. I think that some people are not worth minimum wage. And because they're not worth minimum wage, they're not being hired. There are a ton of people that can't get jobs because they're not worth minimum wage. And getting paid $4 an hour would basically be fucking nothing in this country. But it's still better than getting paid $0 an hour. So this is where it becomes a problem. If you take away the minimum wage, people assume that corporations are going to be like, oh fuck, there's no minimum wage? We're going to pay everybody $1. That's not how this works. You guys are traders, right? You guys should understand what an auction process is. You guys should understand how a market works. Any market, not just a trade market, any market. If you remove a minimum wage, do you think that the people are going to allow these corporations just to pay them $1 an hour, or $2 an hour, or $3 an hour? That's not how this shit works, dude. Do you understand how many people would not accept those jobs? These corporations would lose all their workers. How does a corporation run without workers? That's not how a market works. They wouldn't let them do it, Flair. It wouldn't be physically impossible for them to let them do it. It would not be physically impossible to let them do it. Because even if they began to let them do it, even if all these workers began to take these lower wages, these $2, $3, $4 wages, guess what? In a month from now, all of their fucking loans are not being paid. Their loans are not being paid. Their houses are not being paid. Their cars are not being paid. They can't afford groceries. Guess what? People are dying. How much longer do you think these people are going to accept getting paid a lower wage when they can't afford to pay for anything? They're accepting it at a much higher wage. They're accepting it at a much higher wage. We're talking about removing minimum wage, and then you think people will accept $4 or $2 an hour? You guys are out of your mind, man. Maybe like illegal immigrants that work off they work off the payroll, they accept lower wages. Because they have to, because they're a subset of people that can't argue. That probably sounded horrible. I'm not attacking illegal immigrants. I'm saying they're a subset of people who cannot argue wages. They are put into a place where they cannot argue with their bosses. So their boss is like, hey man, you want to make $2 an hour, or do you want to make nothing? And this is not just coming out of my ass. You can look this up. This is already happening. There are always people in need, 100%. But there are not high-skilled people that would accept those lower wages. It's supply and demand. It's supply and demand. You will not see... You guys don't believe in a market process. Basically what you guys are arguing against supply and demand. You're arguing against capitalism. If you guys think that the majority of workers would accept lower wages, you don't understand how supply and demand works. Minimum wage is behind inflation, cost of living, and most importantly, the increase in net profit gains. So, Envious, you weren't here when I've already made that point. I already made that point, Envious. I said that minimum wage should keep up with inflation. That is it. Minimum wage should be adjusted for inflation. If we have to have a minimum wage, like it's a no, there's no argument. We have to have a minimum wage. Like if the government says that, then it must be adjusted for inflation. Yeah, but Flair, I understand what you're saying, man. But even low-level jobs have supply and demand. Even low-level jobs, you will get. I feel like we're talking in circles. I don't know how to make this point clear. So people are not just going to spend all their life. There are certain people who do, obviously. It's already happening, like Envious said. But the majority of the market, if you just sat here and took away the minimum wage and then everybody paid a lower wage. Hey, Envious, appreciate the sub, man. First time sub, and he gets the golden pocket, golden ratio. Welcome to the Brooker, man. Appreciate that. What was I saying? Yeah, so even for low-skilled jobs, you're going to get supply and demand. And you can't just take the entire low-skilled workforce and say, hey, guys, we came to a decision. We're going to pay you guys $2 an hour or $3 an hour. Oh, you gifted that, JMA? God damn it. I need to open my stream elements. Appreciate the gift, JMA. And the 100 bits. Thank you, man. Let me open up my stream elements so I know what's going on. What's going on here? I didn't see that. What was that? Another 100 bits from JMA. Appreciate that, man. He's a gambling man. He's playing there with fucking the wheel. I'm not trying to divide you guys, man. I hate talking about topics like this because I want it to just be about trading and education, and I don't want to divide you guys. I don't want you guys to like never come back to my stream because you think I'm a pompous ass talking about taking away wages from people. I think it's healthy discussion, man. People need to learn how to have healthy discussions. People need to learn how to be on an opposite side of an argument with somebody and still understand how to talk to them. I'm not disproving or attacking any of your guys' points. I'm just telling you guys my thought process behind your arguments. JMA with the other 100 bits. Appreciate that, man. You can't win, dude, unless you gift. That's hilarious. Hey, Andrea, sorry, I saw your message earlier. I forgot to respond. Yeah, the Momo works very well in low time frames. They just have to work more hours if they want more money. Yeah, it's a whole nother topic. For sure. Cool stream, brother. Got into some crazy talk, but it's so good. It's about education. This expands the spectrum. Yeah, man, I usually only go into these rants if they're somewhat like economical rants, you know what I mean? We're still talking about like markets. We're still talking about kind of the same thought process. Hey, JMA gifted a tier 1 sub to Andrea. Appreciate that, JMA. Spreading the love. Appreciate all the support. You guys have been nuts lately. Sexy Beast, Goku, Brigada, Morph, Bobby, Halls. All you guys. Appreciate the follows, man. Corporate will raise wages to get people they need. 100%, man. Like I said earlier, the biggest thing with wages, the biggest thing is you have to provide more benefit than you are costing the corporation. As long as you are providing more benefit to them than you are costing them, they will pay you what they need to pay you to keep you around. If your benefit is so slim that you're worried about wages, you might want to up your benefit a little bit. You might want to get some more education, you might want to get some more experience, or you might want to just better your understanding of whatever that field is. Provide more benefit. The bottom line is provide more benefit. The most people that complain about minimum wages are people who provide very little benefit. Hey, Havoc, appreciate the follow, man. Welcome to the brewery. Appreciate all the follows lately, guys. We have hit over 1,400 followers on Twitch. And we hit over 200 subs on YouTube. You guys have been a big help to growing our communities. And I really appreciate it. And JMA with another gifted sub to Sexy Beast. And he hits it. You only win on gifts, man. Appreciate that. Sexy Beast, welcome to the Brew Crew. I'm going to get you guys a sub badge very shortly. Very, very shortly. I completely changed my outlook and style of trading. I'm new, man. No more trading anything less than the daily chart. Ask Deja, he knows. Yeah, dude, JMA is like literally a completely different trader. If L2 came back and he saw JMA's trading, he'd be like, what the fuck's going on? Because him and L2 used to trade the short time frame scalping. All that degen shit. Basically gambling. And now he's actually no indicators, doing trends and finding patterns. Trading long time frames. Dude, low time frames are a get-rich-quick scheme. Everyone's done it. I used to trade them. You can make a lot of money, man. I used to trade low time frames on penny stocks, and I used to make good money. But it's unhealthy, man. It kills you mentally. Typing is hard, but government should focus on creating a system that self-sustains their workforce and not self-sell their paperwork currency. Yeah. Today's free markets are rigged and send plebs straight into enslavement, but socialism leads to starvation and gulags. That's probably why L2 goes to the spice destroyed him. Could be. What do you think about buying a breakout above 12.6 or a breakout below 10.5? Seems like there's a channel between those two numbers, and you could buy either direction. A breakout above 12.6 or a break below 10.5. You're talking about a low time or a long time frame? Yeah, you could trade like a breakout of 10.8 or 10.6. And then just put your stop loss probably below like 10.4, 10.3. You could try that. Just follow the trend up, obviously. So like if you broke these doji setups here and you created a new high off this level here. So once you broke through this level, you could follow the trend up. As long as you're maintaining one of these two trends. A break below 10.5 Yeah, you could trade a break below 10.5. If you traded a break below 10.5, your targets would be like 9.5, around like 8.8, 9,000. 9.8 would be a good pivot. You have a point of origin doji here. So like this range right here would be your main target. This 9.8 to like 9.2. Volume's not looking too good. We've got low volume on the bounce. So it's looking better for the bears than it is for the bulls. I don't want to miss the state run up to 28 of a drive, so I don't want to. I want to take advantage of it. Yeah, so you have a short-term breakout point around like 12.8, then you have your main breakout point above like 13.8. Thinking of closing at 12.3. We'll see how it reacts to this trend here. You had a pivot be created and you failed the swing. So you swung right into this pivot and you failed it. So let's see how it reacts to this trend. What do you think of the G20 talks? Any major impacts on the crypto markets? I don't really keep up with a lot of that stuff. I don't keep up with like the fundamentals and like the big meetings and the announcements and shit like that. I'm purely technical for the most part. I let the other guys in my Discord kind of feed me the news. I was talking to my Discord earlier today about starting like a little newsletter. I don't know how many people would be interested in that. Do you guys follow any newsletters for like crypto or equities or anything like that? Like, do you guys have like a daily or like a weekly newsletter that you follow? ATX, no problem, man. Drive safe, man. Be careful. David Bell and CoinSheet, are those newsletters? Because I want to look into some newsletters, get some ideas on kind of how they do it, and see if we could do a better job, or see if we even want to go into that route. It'd probably be just like a little free thing that we do like once a week for our Discord members or something like that. Might put together a bunch of like news stuff and our predictions for like equities markets and crypto markets as a whole. I'm looking at expanding into many different avenues once we launch our Discord. We're going to be picking up multiple traders from different markets as well. Exactly, David Bell on every market, more like a reading list of articles. CoinSheet is crypto related. Okay. I'll take a look. Yeah, I don't want it to be like just a, oh, come check these articles out and then like post a bunch of articles. I want to kind of write our own article. Everything that we do in this new Discord, you guys are going to find that it's in-house. Everything is in-house. Our bots, everything. There's only one bot that we use in our new Discord that's not in-house, and it's the alpha bot. It's the bot that does like the charting stuff, and it's because I love that bot. I want to have that bot in the Discord. Everything else is in-house, and we plan on keeping it that way. So everything that you guys see when you join the Discord is not going to be something that you will find in any other Discord, because everything that we do is going to be in-house. Discord's coming very, very soon, Tacky. I'm going to be making an announcement on Monday. Not set in stone. Let me take that back a little bit. The announcement is not 100%, but I'd say about 60 to 70% chance you guys are going to get an announcement on Monday. So make sure you guys are around on Monday. BTC fees almost at $7. Oof, that's bad, man. David Bell on every market, more like reading. Oh, I read that, sorry. Data Dash is good. Yeah, I've seen Data Dash, yeah. I've seen Data Dash. Landry.com for equities and swing trading. Okay. Yeah, if we do like a newsletter, it's either going to be posted in the Discord or like sent out. Well, what would you guys rather have? It's going to be for our Discord members only. Would you guys rather have that we post it like once a week in the Discord? Or would you rather have it come to your email? So it's like an announcement type thing. And you guys have it, like you have an alert. So like once it hits your email box, it's just, you'll have like an alert of a new email. Would you guys rather have it be like email based or Discord based? Discord? The only correlation you guys need to look at for markets is the avocado market with the Bitcoin market. Only correlation that matters. Oh, I can't find that chart. Somebody put a chart of the Mexican avocado market compared to the Bitcoin market. It's like fucking spot on, dude. It's hilarious. Like the peak is the same. The drop off is the same. It started curling at the same time. It's really funny, dude. The Mexican avocado market with the Bitcoin market. It's almost spot on. I'm more scared about the recent gold pump. You would rather have email? Uranium weed stock avocado ETF? I have a bunch of uranium ETFs. They went up today. My oil fucking was doing great today, then it just decided to die at the end of the market. Oil was doing great, dude, and I just decided to fall off. Fucking oil, man. It decided to die. It dropped like 6% on the close. But yeah, uranium's doing good. Oh, it actually retraced a little bit. Not doing too bad. This looks really good. Looks like it's getting ready to break out. Check this out. Strong accumulation into a higher low, into multiple buy signals. And you're getting volume. Check out Cameco. It's a uranium, I think it's a miner. Could see 1120. What do you trade with? I trade with Robinhood on stocks. I'm getting ready to trade on Tasty Trade with JMA for options. I'm waiting for a bigger dump in Bitcoin so I can buy back my Bitcoin, and then I'm going to transfer the rest of it to options. So Robinhood on stocks, options, Tasty Trade, and then I trade on Binance and BitMEX for crypto. ENPH. What is this, energy? Oh, wow. What the fuck? This is doing pretty good. What is this? This looks pretty good, man. What is the after hours looking like? After hours hasn't really moved. But alright guys, I'm gonna have to call it on that. Been a nice little, almost a 2-hour stream. Like I told you guys, tomorrow and Sunday, I'm gonna be at the lake. I do not plan on breaking our streak. We're on an 81-day streaming streak every single day. I plan on streaming tomorrow. I plan on streaming on Sunday. I'm gonna try to stream on my laptop with Wi-Fi, so it's gonna be a little difficult. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I do plan on trying. And even if it's only like a 30-minute to an hour stream, we're gonna do it. So I don't plan on breaking my streak. I plan on going hard. So tomorrow, and yeah, I gotta change the bitrate for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna put the bitrate down. I can't dual stream, by the way. So if you're watching on YouTube, tomorrow and Sunday, I'll only be streaming on Twitch. So if you guys are on YouTube, check me out on Twitch at Deja Brew Trades, not Deja Brew Trading. Deja Brew Trading is my YouTube. Deja Brew Trades is my Twitch. So I won't be streaming on YouTube this weekend. And I don't know when I'm gonna stream, so it's not gonna be our normal weekend time. So keep your eye on my Twitter. My Twitter is Deja Brew Trades, same as my Twitch. So give me a follow on Twitter if you haven't already. I'm gonna let you guys know when I'm going live. It's gonna be some random ass time. I don't know when. Whenever I get free time at the lake. Yeah. So follow me on Twitter. I'll keep you guys updated. It's gonna be a bitch of a stream. I'm probably gonna have to use my phone for Twitch chat and then like lower my bitrate so it might be a little choppy. I'm gonna be using like iPhone headphones to talk. It's gonna be a jaded ass stream. Let's just put it that way. It's gonna be really jagged. It's gonna be fucked, but we're dedicated, all right? I've been seeing you guys for 81 days in a row. I plan on making 82. I plan on making 83. It might be a shitty ass stream, but I plan on being there. I hope you guys are there. If you guys are there, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. But all right, guys. You guys have a good night. You guys stay safe. I will see you guys, hopefully, tomorrow. Peace out, guys.